Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. Okay, in this video, I'm going to do a reflection on chapter 1, Sing IT and Strategy. So, I will touch only certain topics in this chapter, which is I consider essential for you to understand for the whole chapters. Okay, so before we go detail, I will explain to you what this chapter 1 is all about. Yeah. Anyway, what is Sing IT and strategy? Why we need to know this matter when we involve in IT investment? Okay. Firstly, the word sing, okay, is a short form of synchronize. What is synchronize actually? Huh? In simple term, we can say sing is to harmonize or to make harmony, to work together, to move together. So, to make harmony of what? In this context, we want to make harmony between IT and strategy, such as make choices defining how you will use IT to beat rivals. Okay, so what is strategy in this context? Strategy means the company strategy, which is referring to the operational business of the company. So when we say syncing IT with strategy, it means we want to align the technology with business strategy or company strategy or corporate strategy. So look at the diagram. IT strategy, where choices defining how you will use IT to beat rivals. Sync with operational strategy, which is tactical implementation of business strategy. So the main objective of this chapter 1 is we want to know why we need to sync IT with business operation. Okay, I hope everyone can understand and clear with these definitions. We go to the next slide, which is Red Queen competition slide. Okay, in this slide, I'm going to explain about Red Queen competition. So I believe many of you still do not understand what is Red Queen competition. It's a story, not story lah. In bahasa, we call it like a perumpamaan. Okay, so if you Google on the internet, you will find the meaning of Red Queen. And if you read about this Red Queen story, it is a situation where Queen has always run in order to be in competition. So in this competition, Red Queen is constantly running, yet remaining in the same spot. And there is no certainty that she will ahead, and she has to always run to make sure that she has not left behind in the competition. Okay, so in the context of our learning, this Red Queen competition is a situation where the company must always be in a competition group so that the company does not left behind. Okay, and one of the effort in order to not left behind is by using IT technology that can help improve the company's operational capabilities so that it can be remain in the competition. So the company has no choice but to spend in IT in order to stay in the industry. So this situation is called Red Queen problem. Okay, in short, the company has to always spend the money in order to be competitive. Otherwise, it will left behind. So, how can your company break out the Red Queen problem? This is what we are learning in IT investment course. So I hope of this, when someone talks about Red Queen competition, you can quickly understand what they mean. Okay, that's all about the red queen problem. Next slide, I will touch on the IT portfolio. An IT portfolio of a company is basically a collection of three classes of IT assets, namely IT apps, IT infrastructure, and IT data. Okay, so you, for example, as a non-IT managers, when you deal with IT strategy in your company, you should know about these three things. Okay, I'm going to start with the IT app first. Okay, IT apps basically is a software programs used by individuals in your company's line function for their core activities. Okay, there are two types of IT apps, which is operational and strategy. So operational apps is a software that support your company core business process. For example, a resource planning system, okay, human resource system, enterprise system. So the strategic apps is a software that give competitive advantage to your company. Okay, the apps that can generate more value than your competitors. For example, if you have a system that introduce a new way for customers to interact with your company, so this will give value to your company. Okay, so next, IT infrastructure. IT infra is a technology foundation that connects all the application in your organizations. Okay, it is a network, which is here digital plumbing that enhance the flow of information, which is a data management, that demands deep technical skill and a holistic understanding of IT assets of the company, which is support. And it must be reliable because IT apps cannot function without IT infrastructure. Okay, so next is IT data. Okay, data is the heart of your company. Okay, fundamentally, IT is all about data. Okay, the main existence of IT portfolio is to serve data for your company. So infrastructure is conduit where data flows. Apps is where data is organized, structured, and manipulated into business insights. And data itself is lifeblood for your company. Okay, look at this table. Okay, if let's say we use human body as an analogy, we can say our skeleton is the hardware infrastructure. So our blood vessel is a network infrastructure. Our major organs are the business apps, and our blood is the data. Okay. With all that explanation, I hope you can understand what is IT portfolio and IT asset that support the company. Okay. That's all about the IT portfolio. I hope you can understand. Okay, next time I will explain a little bit about the four epochs of IT. Okay, the four epochs of corporate IT. Okay, what you will learn from this is just to know about the evolution of IT business. Okay, which has evolved into four main waves, each with a different thrust. Okay, first, data processing epoch. Okay, it began in 1970s, which is the focus was more on efficiency improvement in large organization. Okay, so the second one is PC epoch, personal computing epoch. It started by 1980s, which was more on productivity improvement in all organizations. So the third one is Internet epoch. Okay, it began in mid 1990s. Okay, where it marked on the collaboration among organizations and individuals. Okay, this era start to replace the information scarcity with information abundance. Okay, or in other words, it replaced lack of information with a lot of information. So the last one is cyborg epoch. Okay, it begins in 2010. This era is era of capability amplification, where IT become tools for amplifying human abilities. Ends until now. Okay, that's all about 4 epochs of IT. Okay, next video I will touch on the trifecta: corporate IT as glue, strategic aspirations, and IT things. That's all for now. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera.